home media.
Bring them out, bring them out. 3, 2, bring them out, bring them out.
Yo, we're back. It's Dansby Swanson / Joe Mauer days till baseball counts.
Yes.
I was gonna wear my one of my billion Dansby jerseys, and then I just decided that I would rock all of my All Things Loyal stuff at one time. So I've got my hoodie and my pants, and this is a All Things Loyal hat. And then Dansby is. Oops, I dropped my phone. You can't see him, but he's right here.
So. You said Dansby isn't looked down, and that was probably the best time you could have ever had in your entire life.
He's busy. Kidding. It's a joke.
Just call him Monica. It's fine.
Yeah.
As I sit from my central.
Aaron's like, what? Huh? What? No, the office is finally starting to come together. If you will notice. Ta-da!
Wow.
The bunker is taking shape. I'm giving parenting advice while we're doing this. So if I get quiet for a second, just ignore me. It's fine. How's everybody doing this week?
Doing well. Kind of.
Doing well, kind of.
I'm here, you know.
Okay.
I'm like breathing.
Here's the level of I don't care about anything at all today. So I'm wearing a sweatsuit. I did enough to, I didn't, and you can tell I didn't, you can still see it.
Your poor nose. I'm sorry.
I did a little work to cover up the broken nose, but it is what it is. And then Walmart, did you guys know Walmart carries Bear Paw now? Like, I'm going to plug Walmart for a minute, even though I hate them.
They carry what?
Bear Paw, like Ugg boots, like they have the Bear Paw one, like the other brand, the Bear Paws, like super.
Oh yeah.
Basic bitch boot. You know what I'm talking about?
Basic bitch boot.
Hi, Kitty. What are you doing? Anyway, so they carry Bear Paw, and I waited like all year because they were only $30, and I was like, that's pretty fucking good. But I waited, and they went on clearance, but they only have the boots in like monster people sizes. Like you could probably buy 6 or 7 pairs of what's left here. They're $9 a piece.
At me. Jeez.
I am adding you right now. I said you could buy like every pair that's left. They're 10s and 11s. But they did check these bad boys out. These.
Oh, those are comfy. Those are comfy.
$5 fucking. So I bought the last pair in my size. And my daughter can wear them too, and she already tried to steal them, and I told her she can kick rocks.
That's a no.
Yeah, no, she can't. You know what my kid did today? Did you guys see my tweet that I posted when I got in here?
I totally missed it.
This was on my keyboard. And it wasn't Jack this time.
Oh, Lila.
Like, okay, so the dog like ate the doll. It had no arms. Like the big dog ate the doll. No arms, legs are all mangled. Like she looks like she ran into a landmine. And Lila called this doll Kim Kardashian all the time because, look at her. She's got that look. And so I was she goes, can I like break her legs off and stuff? And I was like, are you mad at Kim for some reason? And she was like, well, I don't like that she's divorcing Kanye, but no, I'm not mad at her. I want to see what the parts look like when you take the doll apart because she's already ruined. And I was like for what purpose? And she goes, I just want to see what the parts look like, how they put the doll together. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, cause she's in robotics. So I was like, oh, it's like scientific type thing. Well, she couldn't get the legs off. So she ripped the head off and she was like, oh, this is cool. And I I was like,
oh my, yeah.
But I didn't know what she did with it. And then I walk in here. Yeah, I walk in here and the doll head sitting on my keyboard, just like hey. I was like,
Is she like trying to warn you of something?
that's what I want to know. Like, what did I do?
That was like one time I opened one of my drawers. It's not the same because it wasn't just a doll head and I didn't experience her. I opened one of my drawers and 3 of her Barbies were naked. And I opened the drawer and I just opened it and 3 of the Barbies were sitting there naked and I went, oh. And I just shut the drawer and I like didn't deal with it after that. So
Yeah.
Like,
well, I buy dolls and they have clothes when we buy them, and like 2 weeks later, I don't know where, and she's changed their clothes like 7 million times, and one doll like has no shirt and another doll has like a shoe, and I bought her like the Elsa. I don't know if you guys saw it at Walmart at Christmas time. Like you push the button and she sings
oh God,
Show Yourself.
Yeah. Oh, don't show that to Emma.
Oh, it's really cute, and it really wasn't. It wasn't expensive. Like she's real pretty. Like it's a really cool, and like the chest lights up like she does in the everything. It's really cool looking. Like one shoe is missing. She was naked for like 6 weeks, and I was like, "Are you gonna put her dress back on her?" And she was like, "Well, I tried to put the other doll's outfit on." I was like, "You can't do that because then you can't see her light up when she sings." And she was like, "Oh yeah." Then she just threw her on her dresser and left her there, and I was like, cool, glad I bought that. Like,
glad we spent the money on that.
Emma's also doll has had her dress taken off so many times that the back looks like she had a blowout. Like you
get all the fuzzies stuck on the Velcro and it just looks gross.
No, like legit. There's a hole and like you see her ass the entire time she's playing, and I'm like, girl, what did you do? And I end up talking to her dolls. I'm like, what have you guys been doing? Like it's Toy Story. Like,
yeah, it's I don't know. Like, it's kind of weird.
Oh God. Anyway, baseball.
Yeah, there's baseball happening soon. Players are kind of dropping like flies. Of course, that happens every time. Quick recap of injuries. Fernando Tatis left the game the other day. He was being reevaluated, but I haven't heard like 100% what they decided with him. So I'm kind of glad right now that I did not. If he is hurt, I'm so glad I didn't buy the Padres tickets for my birthday yet, because how pissed would I be if I went all the way to San Diego with my brand new Fernando Tatis Jr. jersey just to see him play.
And he's not even there.
He's hurt. Oh,
he's
my
not.
God.
I've done that on multiple occasions with Joe Mauer.
Oh, he pitched today. Mike, thank you. I have not. Today was like insane. Our entire computer system went down after I talked to you, Aaron, and they were like, just put yourself in help desk and hang out. And I was like, I put myself in help desk, went and got my weighted blanket, set my phone right next to my face and took a power nap until they were like, okay, we're good to go. And I was like, sweet. Thank you.
Goodness.
So he DH'd. That's a good sign.
Real good sign.
Sad news for me. George Springer has a grade 2 oblique strain.
Oh, no.
So I'm pretty bummed out about that right now. What else do we have? Oh, Eloy Jimenez.
Yeah, that's a massive injury.
Yeah, Eloy Jimenez. What was it?
It's a ruptured left pectoral tendon.
Yeah. And he needs surgery.
Yeah, he's going to be
5 to 6 months. 5 to 6 months.
Yeah, someone was like,
can you imagine? Like,
someone posted a video. Wasn't there a video of it?
Why do I can't watch videos like that?
And you could see it like.
Oh, so it was like Soroka's heel when it was like, that still is like the grossest.
Watching Soroka go down, I simultaneously wanted to cry and vomit at the same time.
Oh, God.
The worst thing I watched, do you remember when Louisville was in, I think that it was the final. It was like literally the NCAA final, men's basketball. And the guy like came down on his leg and it just like shattered like that. And like his bones went through his leg. I was watching it live. Like I wasn't at the game. I was watching it live though. And I was like, I gotta go. Like
We
was
gotta
that-
go, guys.
that happened in high school. It was like the last year that I was a cheerleader. One of the seniors on our team broke his femur during a game, and it was the most disgusting thing I have ever seen in my life.
oh,
Like we were standing right there on the sidelines, and we were like, "Ooh," because you could just see it. Like it didn't break through the skin, but you could see the bone, and we were like, "Oh!" Like,
my boyfriend in high school was the quarterback, and he went to go throw, and he got tackled, and it spiral fractured like his arm, and he stood. I mean, clearly I was a mess anyway because he wasn't getting up, and I was like, ugh. And then he stood up, and nothing was moving, and his whole arm was like flail, like he could, like because he couldn't, like he had no what do you call it, control over it. And I was like,
oh, that's not good.
I was like, that's probably not okay. and everybody was like, what's happening? Oh God. Oh, it's so there was no bones sticking out, thank God, but like still.
And Yates is having Tommy John. Toronto. Yates from Toronto. He's having Tommy John.
Oh, that sucks.
That sucks. Yes, Max Fried has gotten the nod for the opening day. Not a shocker to anyone. What are you doing?
Not surprising to anyone at
now
all.
he's trying to eat my face.
Boy?
Okay, puppy update, everybody. We'll do this every week. Don't worry. Look at that face.
He's so fat.
Oh, yeah. Look at this. Look how big. He is 9 days old, and he weighs almost 4 pounds. So
the Cardinals are predicted to win their division.
Look at this.
Look at that. I like big butts, and I cannot lie. Are they really the Cardinals?
Yeah.
Oof.
Everybody, well, there are some people who say the Cubs, but I think it's
I mean, the Cardinals picked up Nolan. I don't.
Yeah, everything I've seen, pretty much has said the Cards.
Gio Gonzalez retired. See, I hadn't heard that either. Like, this has been the. I should have been doing stuff when our system went down, but I was just like, I spent my last 2.5 hours at work like this in my chair. Hey, this is Sarah. What's up? I really like this dude. I got a call and I was like, yo. And I went, oh, sorry. And then I switched it back over and the dude was laughing so hard. I was like, glad you're cool. And he was like, yeah, what's up? I was like, sorry. Had a moment.
Yeah, I haven't looked at anything today. I told Sarah, I was like, I'm going to 100% be more prepared this week. And I texted her an hour and a half before we were going live. I said, I
didn't do anything.
I'm a dick arounder. I've said this before. I dick around and I dick around. And then I look at the clock and I'm like, oh no.
I was talking to someone earlier and I was like, yeah, we have a podcast on Thursdays. Fuck, it's Thursday.
Thursday. Yeah, whoops. Whoopsie.
No.
Like, I almost I was real close because like I had to take like a couple extra breaks at work, which they don't, you know. What are you doing? What?
She's yawning. So I'm like,
I was like, what did I do? What is it? Like, what's wrong? No,
it's happening.
Okay, so I had to take like a couple extra breaks for stuff at work this week. So I was like, oh, you know, we've got overtime in the morning and then at night. And I was going, if I really think I'm going to work an 7 a.m. overtime shift, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., I kind of sat and thought about it for a minute. And I was like, I know better. I'm not going to volunteer for that. I won't get up and then I'll be in trouble. So I was like, are we still doing evening overtime? My boss was like, yeah. And I was like, I'll stay late on Thursday. And then I went, wait.
I can't.
No, I won't. No, I won't. He was like, so are you going to do it or not? And I was like, I'll do it Friday. He's like, why not Thursday? I was like, baseball podcast Thursday. And he was like, what? I was like, yeah, boss, you should watch. It's cool.
Oh, is he watching?
No, I doubt it.
Wait, is that
I doubt it. He's probably like, yeah, I'll do
Pierre?
it. No.
Pierre, right?
Pierre. Is Pierre here? Is Pierre watching? That'd be
Pierre.
cool.
I love Pierre, and I don't even know him.
This is the last podcast before opening day. Sorry, I'll catch up on comments here real quick since my dogs are going crazy right now.
Joe Mauer Day.
We already talked about the Cardinals predictions. Yeah, as Nolan goes, so do the Cardinals. If Nolan's hot this year, the Cardinals will be hot.
Exactly.
And he's happy there. So
Who else is on the Cardinals though?
Goldschmidt.
Flaherty.
They're talking about
Flaherty, yeah, okay, you're right.
Talking about major home run competition between Goldschmidt and Arenado this year. Which would be fun.
Speaking of Flaherty, quick, Giolito, Flaherty, and Fried all have the opening day nod, and they're all 3 from Harvard Westlake.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's in the water at that school.
I mean, something. They're doing something. It's awesome to see. The respect that Cardinals fans give opposing players. Okay, I'm gonna exclude Earl from this, but did you miss all the talk between the Cardinals fans and the Braves fans a couple years ago, Mike? Because
Cardinals fans can be nasty on Twitter.
Oh,
real nasty.
I have Cardinals fans in real life, and they're nasty. So
I met a dude that was a Cardinals fan, and some of the he was talking crap after the NLD. We're not going to talk about that, but he was talking crap after that. And I was like, okay, well, you keep that same energy if something bad goes down with your team in the next round. And then what happened? Wasn't pretty for the Cardinals against the Nats. And so I said some stuff back, and the names I got called for returning the crap that I was given were out of this world. And I was like, okay, well, I don't know you anymore then. Bye.
Well, the same can be flipped because I'm a Jack Flaherty fan. Everybody knows that. I love him. And the crap I get from my own fan base for liking Jack Flaherty, I'm like, but because he's I don't understand.
I mean, that happens, but it's it is what it is. It's it's fun to I love having friends in other fan bases on Twitter. It's so much fun. And when they're your friends, you guys can you can talk crap to each other and you can have a good time with it, and it's cool, and everything's good. And then you have those people that are on the fringe of all those fan bases that there's Braves fans that I'm even no, leave me alone. No, get out of my little nope. Stay away from me. I don't like
the amount of people that I have muted on social media is appalling.
Right? Oh, my mute list and my block list. My block list is mostly those stupid ads because I'm I don't care about your TV show. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
But most of the stuff that I block are accounts like that. But my mute list is probably 700 people.
Yeah, it's
somewhere in that area.
It's insane. And words that you have muted too, just because.
I haven't muted any words. I've never had to.
I didn't know you could do that for a long time. And then when I found out, I was like, this is amazing.
I'm such a boomer when it comes to every single thing. It's I don't even mute words. I should. I really should. Mayonnaise. Oh, that needs to go.
Yes, Mike, Jack, Lucas, and Max, all from the same high school, all teammates. It's fun. It's
that's
cool.
awesome.
It's a really cool thing. Oh, Mike, go over to Twitter. Join the dark side.
Don't join the dark side. You will regret it. You're a Mets fan. I'm sorry.
We can introduce him to Joe.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Joe's the
best Mets fan / closet Braves fan in the history of the universe.
There are a couple other Mets fans.
Who?
What are you, an owl?
I mean, I think I think a couple follow me, but I don't know who they are.
What's her? There's Emily from. She's part of Yankees Twitter, but she's a Mets fan. Emily. I don't know. I'd have to show your profile. Her profile. I'm pretty sure it was Emily. She's a Mets fan.
There's 700 Emily's on Twitter, so you gotta you really gotta narrow it down for me.
I'll show you her. I need to stop. I will show you her profile. Okay, I need to start talking like a robot, apparently.
To leave the East Coast. What?
That's Yankees Twitter for you. Did you meet Frankie? Because that sounds like Frankie. No offense, Frankie. You know I love you. If you happen to see this,
I was a Mets fan when they had Mike Piazza, but that was pretty much it. So.
That was just a different time.
Yeah,
that was a very different time.
Down.
Huh? Turn my volume down?
Yeah, no, not your mic volume. Your computer.
Oh, my computer volume.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Hello?
I think so. Yeah.
I think so.
Better. There we go.
Okay.
There we go. You know, that probably is when you have a crosstown rivalry like that. I'm sure that it gets pretty intense between the two. I mean, like Braves and Phillies fans. That's a pretty nasty relationship. And while we're talking about like rival teams and stuff like that, let's talk about. I told Erin about this last night, and she didn't. Well, I don't think you knew about it either when I talked to you. When Ben Affleck did the movie Gone Girl. Let's put this to everybody that's watching. I want to know what everybody thinks. They wanted him. Everybody remembers the airport scene where he puts the baseball cap on so people won't recognize him from the news that's on. They wanted him to wear a Yankees cap. Now, everybody that knows anything about Ben Affleck knows he's 100% Boston. He's a huge Red Sox fan. He refused to do it. This shut production down for a few days while they negotiated. Now, they finally got him to wear a Mets hat, but he flat out refused. And his reasoning was, people know me, would become a thing, and it wouldn't be a good thing if I were seen wearing a Yankees hat for any reason. Now, keep in mind, like, it had nothing to do with the actual character that he was playing. Some people are like, he was being a bitch. Other people are like, it didn't have anything to do with his character, and that's like a moral stance for him. As an avid Boston fan, he just couldn't do it. Now, I want everybody in the comments to like let us know: would you wear your team's biggest rival's gear under any circumstances?
Not unless I lost a bet.
Okay.
I did think about buying a Jock Peterson Giants jersey because he was thinking about going there, but that's just because I love Jock. But Sorry. What did you just say?
I was going to say my friend Caleb's in here, and Ashley from Twitter is in here.
What up,
Ashley?
Hey, girl. Been to Red Sox games. Yeah, Red Sox fans are kind of a different breed, but I mean, it's just like
they really are, though.
I love my Red Sox fan friends. I've met a lot of really cool Red Sox fans through like Section 10 and stuff like that. Carrabba, the king of the Red Sox fan. He did put on that Mookie Dodgers shirt last year when he lost that bet. But he wore it backwards so that Betts was on the front.
That's amazing. It's funny too that his last name is Betts and he lost a bet. Okay.
Wendy says no. Like, okay, now who is that team to you? Because for me, like, okay, it's still in the baby stage. It's like the talking stage of a relationship. I like Bryce Harper now, but I'm still not committed to that. If Bryce had gone to the Rockies, I'd totally buy a Bryce Harper jersey. If JT Realmuto had left Philadelphia, I'm there. Give me a Realmuto jersey yesterday because I love him. Andrew McCutcheon, you're going to have to turn it down a little bit more because we're still echoing like a mofo.
Me? I'm not even talking.
Well, it's not you, though, but we can hear us
the feedback.
Oh. I can't. Well, I can try to put my headphones in. I just
guys.
don't.
Megan's got a mic. Did everybody see Megan's new mic? Clang, clang, clang.
Sorry.
But like those 3 players are players that I would love to have. Whoop. You'll be okay. They're players that I would love to have jerseys of, but I could never bring myself to do it because they're Phillies.
Does this sound better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. We're good.
Yeah,
now.
I dropped lots of things. Hold on.
I don't think I could wear anything Phillies. I can't wear anything Yankees. Like, I was born and raised to hate the Yankees. That's just the way it is.
I could never.
Like I would have a serious dilemma. Like, say, okay, now here's another. Wait, here. Let me see what Mike says before I go any further. He would wear a Yankees hat because of Jay-Z. The Mets don't really have.
I liked what he said up there too about Piazza, but that's because I'm a
people don't care enough about the Mets to have a rival. I'm sorry, that was me.
The Mets fans are few and far, but no, I guess the rivalry would be the crosstown rivalry there with the Yankees, or if you're going to go in your own league, the Braves are probably. I mean, the way Chipper owned the Mets for so many years, like that kind of created a huge thing. Now, I am sorry. I don't know what his problem is. He's eating, so he should be fine. But if you can hear him back there making noise, I swear my puppy's fine. He's just loud. Bored, and like I was kind of the same. One of my dad's best friends was a Yankees fan, and from the time I was like, as soon as they started interleague play, and the Braves were playing the Yankees every year, it was a bit. Every year he would bet me on it, and every year, like if we lost it, I hated my life. If we won it, I had an entire year to be like, "Ha ha, Ed!" What I could laugh. Like he would always bet me on those series, but I was kind of the same way. Like I hated the Yankees for my entire life.
Same. Yeah. Very much so. Same.
Phillies jersey. Ashley grew up with. They do not take Mets fans seriously. I have such a hard time because, like Joe is a giant Mets fan, but it doesn't seem like it doesn't matter. He could say the worst things in the world about the Braves, and I would still just
laugh because he's so hilarious.
I don't know if it's Joe's personality or if it's just that I'm like, but you're a Mets fan, Joe. Like, come on, like how can you? I think it's more his personality than anything, but I just can't like. It wouldn't matter what he said. I would still just be like, okay.
Joe's good people.
Yeah, Joe's a great guy. He's a lot of fun. More of a nemesis than a rival. I can see that. Now, okay, here's the other. Let's take this up a notch. Take your absolute favorite player, number 1 player on your team.
Picked. Okay. Well, not on my team. Never mind. He's not on my team anymore.
Okay.
Right now, current, past, present,
let's go right now because we're going to say because of the situation. So get your favorite player on your team. So obviously, I
don't have one anymore.
I'm not.
Okay. I'm going to pick for Emma, Cody.
Okay. So I've got 3 I could probably go with, but we'll go since I'm decked out in all things loyal from head to toe right now, we're going to go with the obvious choice. I'm going to say Dansby. I mean, as much as I love Marcel and as much as I love Ozzy, I'm going to say for me it would be Dansby. Now, take your favorite player. There's a blockbuster trade. They're going to the team you hate the absolute most.
Don't put that negative energy out there. My God.
This is a hypothetical situation.
I'm going to do
like me, but don't do that.
I'm going to pull an Orange County where Jack Black goes, you better not.
Okay. It's not, we're going to knock on wood. We're going to do all that other stuff. But this is 100% hypothetical situation. Say your favorite player gets traded to your most hated team. Will you wear their gear?
I mean, Jock almost got traded to the Giants, and I absolutely would have.
Mike,
I love them.
Wrong. Became a Yankee on Burning.
I
See,
I plead the fifth because I get shit
Like,
on for any of my opinions.
and I'm like, this is gonna be weirdly put, but I'm a whore when it comes to wearing other teams' merch. I'll wear anything. I don't care as long as it's not like Yankees or Phillies. My favorite player on the Braves right now is Freddie Freeman. He hits free agency at the end of this season, so I'm like, don't put that shit out there.
Ooh, I take it back. I take it back.
I bought a
Don't
Cubs
do it.
jersey.
Could you? I'm not even gonna say that.
Don't even put it out there. I would cry. Like there would be an absolute mental breakdown on my part.
There would be 4 players on a team that I hate that I'm like, he's cool though. Like,
Been there.
Like
Mike, man, that's a rough break, Mike. That sucks. I'm so sorry. I am sorry for you.
And I threw up. I
became a Yankee. I'm burning down city, bro. Like you might as well. No, like for me, like I cannot fathom Dansby in the Phillies powder blues.
Oh,
well, that is one of the best. That is one of the best.
That's one of the best throwback uniforms,
like in baseball.
That's what kills me about.
I do like their powder blues.
That's what kills me about it being the Phillies, because if it were any team other than the Phillies, and they were rocking those uniforms, I would have the Real Muto, the McCutchen, and the Bryce Harper jerseys. All in that powder blue. Like when I finally get my Josh Donaldson Twins jersey,
I forgot about Andrew McCutchen.
I love him.
He's so great. Do you follow him on Twitter?
Oh yeah, he's so hilarious, and he has so much fun playing the game, which is why I love him so much.
Yeah,
he's a Philly. He's a Philly. I can't do it. Like I can't get that.
I did get to watch him play when he was a Pirate, so
it's like growing up. I was a big Alex Rodriguez fan when he played for the Rangers. And then he went to the Yankees. And I hate, like, this is my theory, and I'm sorry to any Yankees fans listening to this. Players go to the Yankees and it destroys them.
Agreed. Russell Martin.
So
perfect example.
Andrew Jones.
That too.
I'm just like, I can't stand it.
Johnny.
Yeah, Pujols is a good dude, Earl.
Yeah, I mean, like there's players like that it kind of, like that's like George Springer. I've got the 2 Astros jerseys. I'll have the Cardinals, or not the Cardinals, the Blue Jays jersey. Whoa, oh my God. Now that would have been a really hard one for me. Like that would have been a really hard one for me.
It's all right. They're both birds. It's fine.
They're birds. They're just different color birds. It's fine. They look the same. It's fine. Just different colors. Doesn't matter. No, like that was actually. Like Nolan to the Cardinals, just because Earl, don't take this the wrong way, but I hate Yadier Molina with a passion. I cannot stand Yadier Molina.
We talked about Yadi last week.
Yeah, we've talked about Yadi a lot on here because we don't, and that's the funny thing about it is we can't stand him, but we talk about him a lot because he drives us so crazy. But I would have a hard time with that one too. Like I love Nolan Arenado so much, but I can't pull the trigger on a Nolan Cardinals jersey. Like, see, I would get a Jack Flaherty jersey. Absolutely.
I have
but
one.
For some reason, I have 2 Nolan jerseys. I have the purple and I have the pinstripes from when he played for the Rockies. And I love those jerseys so much. And every time I look at them in my closet, I get so sad because I'm like, if I'm going to keep up, I got to get a Nolan Cardinals jersey. And it's just going to feel weird to me. Like, I don't know why a Jack Flaherty jersey wouldn't feel weird, but Nolan's Cardinals jersey would feel weird.
Yeah, because I don't know. I do have a jersey, Jim Edmonds, when he was on the Cardinals. Because I liked him when he was on the Angels. And then I went to St. Louis. And so I bought the Jim Edmonds jersey because that I just to commemorate that I went to Busch Stadium or whatever. And I have a 6-pack still of Cardinals Coca-Cola from when they won the World Series because I was just like, oh, this is cool. I can use it on display. Well, I mean, because when you like baseball, you like you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
so, like,
you like cool stuff like that. Like,
yeah.
You know, if it's like something rare and that, like if it was like a 6-pack of like Phillies Coca-Colas, I would do something like that just because it's like a cool little,
I'm
looking at it right now on my fridge. Like, so I've had it for.
I have a 6-pack of Coca-Cola from the first time the Clemson Tigers won the national championship. And I have like the newspaper and everything.
Matt,
I get it.
Where's Matt? Matt's not here. Holy cow. We're 30 minutes into this and Matt is not here. And I just realized that
I'm kind of
one of our
about
upcoming topics is something that he was very strongly, you have to talk about this. I'm with you, Wendy. Like, I can't see Freddie and I don't think he wants to. And the whole thing, like the reason that we're going to talk about this here in a little, well, we'll talk about it here in a minute. Let's finish what we're talking about now. See, Wendy, Wendy, that's how I was too until I started listening to what Bryce had to say outside of when he says, like, I watched his Twitch stream where he plays Fortnite all the time, which sounds weird, but I got bored one day and I was like, Bryce Harper's playing Fortnite on what? So I watched and he says bro like every other word and he's real like surfer dude sounding and stuff. And I was kind of like, he's annoying.
That's that Cali boy in him.
Yeah. And then I heard what he really had to say and I was like, oh, no, there's not. But I still was kind of like,
it's still like,
but, he was playing a video game at the same time. So I was like, well, this is really annoying. And I don't know why I've sat here for 30 minutes watching this.
I can only imagine Cody Bellinger sounds like that too when he plays it.
Cody Bellinger looks stoned 99.98% of the time.
Because he is.
Yeah. Earl, they do, and it's because when you have that much money, you can afford to buy whatever team you want. It's just like the Dodgers, these large market teams.
Whoa.
It's not a criticism. It's not a criticism.
It's definitely not. Like if the Braves had different ownership, they could throw that cash down and it wouldn't be a big deal. Like it's not that the Braves are a small market team. I mean, look what Ted Turner did with them. That was there's kids. That's why I'm a Braves fan, is because Ted Turner put them on TBS and blasted them across the whole country in everybody's living rooms for a year.
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with, if you've got the money to spend it. Like, Trevor Bauer's making almost more than the entire Pirates payroll. Like, if you got the money, go out there and throw it at people.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I feel. I mean, Trevor Bauer and Mookie Betts are like the two highest paid people on the team, and everybody else is literally farm raised. But the other thing that people don't understand, I feel like, is if they're farm raised, like people want us to pay, Corey Seager right now. Like, I mean, look at Clayton Kershaw. He's being paid, but he literally was born and raised a Dodger, from the time he was in. So you have to pay your players to keep them on your team. So
how many years of arbitration eligibility does Seager still have? How many more? Like, how long is he under Dodgers control, or is he?
He's not anymore. After this season, he's a complete free agent. Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of what I thought. I just wasn't sure.
Yeah. And you know what? They're gonna pay him. They especially after last season.
Like he did last season, they have to. Like, there's no option.
I think that they were kind of. I think they would have done it last year, to be perfectly honest. But I think they were kind of weak because he had. What did he have? He had Tommy John surgery, I think, as a shortstop, which was weird. Well, some shortstops have it, but he had Tommy John surgery, excuse me. And then he hurt his hamstring or his hip or something like that, or he had surgery on his hip anyway. So I think that they were reluctant to do it last year because they weren't sure how last year was going to go. Yeah. And then look what happened.
I think if he plays like he did last year, like you can't not pay him, or somebody's going to steal him from you. They are going to pay him. Rare. I think you may see a guy like Freddie take a smaller deal to stay, like you did with Marcell Ozuna this year. I was shocked that man, like, he wanted 4 years, 100 million. He took 5 years for 80, which is 4 years for 60. Once you get that 5th year option in there, it's a 5-year, $80 million deal. So he took an extra year for 20 million less than what he was asking to stay in Atlanta because he was happy there. You don't find that very often. I mean, like Josh Donaldson loved Atlanta, but they embarrassed him with their offer. And, if I were Marcell Ozuna after the season I had last year, I would have been kind of like, you want me to do what? But he's over here talking to Alex Anthopoulos going, why didn't you sign me right after the season? I've been waiting for you. And it's like, he was so happy there that he didn't care. And it's just rare. Like, I mean, if you've earned the money, you want to make it.
Well, it's like Cakes last year took less money to stay with the Braves. And I mean, we talked about this earlier, Sarah, is Freddie hasn't even been approached about an extension. Not him, not his agents, not anything. And I mean, he wants to be a Brave for life. Like, and he's a Chipper Jones type player. Wendy said it earlier, like, hi, Cat. He's a Chipper Jones type player. Like, he is the face of our franchise, and seeing him go anywhere else would be wrong. Yeah. I mean, I'd support him wherever he went begrudgingly, but it would be very sad. Like, it would be kind of, I was heartbroken when Josh Donaldson left, and we only had Josh Donaldson for a year, but that was a player I had wanted in Atlanta for a long time. Like, he was somebody that I would watch him. I watched him in Oakland. I watched him in Toronto. And it was like, I would love to have that guy as a Brave just because he has that attitude. And, back in the day, we had a team that had all that attitude. And now we're kind of getting them back again. Like, Ronnie's got his attitude. Marcell is so flashy. And he's kind of bringing that out in people. And I love to see that level of energy because it's such a team of like, we have our Charlie Colbert. We don't have our Charlie anymore. It's not a loss.
No, it's not. I mean, if we had to pick a utility player, we really went with Pablo Sandoval instead of a guy that I mean, I would rather have like Charlie Culberson has a 0.0 ERA for his career as an Atlanta Brave. Like, of course he hasn't thrown that much, but nobody can hit off the guy. And if we're really going to go, we need a player that we can put in any situation. We went, you know what? Let's take this guy that can pitch. He can play the outfield. He's got a good arm. He can play the infield, and he's a great player. He's good defensively. His bat's not the best, but he's a pretty clutch guy. We got this dude that can do it all, or we've got Pablo Sandoval that can't keep his belt on half the time. And we went with this one.
That's how I feel about Russell Martin. Like, the fuck? Why does he not have a team? Why is he not in our bullpen? Like, come on. He's got a 0 ERA.
Right. But at the same time, I was kind of like, I hate that our best player in spring training has been Pablo Sandoval. Why?
Just to spite you, Sarah. That's why.
I was watching the game. I had the game on.
Just to piss you off.
Like, this is my personal computer. This is my work computer. I had the game on while I'm working, and I put myself in break for just a second and looked over to see Pablo miss a home run by about 1.5 feet, and I was like, "Don't you dare!" It was not. Like, that's the one time you will ever hear me like, if that ball goes out, I swear to God, I'm going to lose my shit, and not in a good way. And I was just sitting there, and I was like, no. And it hit the top of the wall. It's like, oh, God.
I felt that way about Manny Machado. Ugh. I was like
I lose if he comes out and he starts killing it as a Brave, I lose any and all like credibility to my argument for hating him. But there he is. Matt's here.
Yay! It's been a long time without you, my friend.
Yeah, I hate Manny Machado.
A few minutes ago that you were not here, Matt, and we're about to talk about the topic that you want us to talk about. Fun little things that happened in spring training this week. Apparently, a security guard in Florida, full security gear, like security on the back of his outfit, like clothes, everything.
Don't claim it.
In uniform, security guard was banging on a trash can through the entirety of Alex Bregman's at bat. Why, Florida? Why?
I literally ask myself that at least 20 times a day. So
That's actually
why, Florida? I mean,
but it go
Why
I
was
do
he
it
doing
I do it like this. Why, SpongeBob? Why? Except for Florida instead of SpongeBob.
like, was he doing it to mess with him?
yeah. Oh yeah, like it's not like the guy was just standing there tapping on a trash can. The dude was banging on a trash can only during Bregman's at bat. Like he wasn't just kind of messing around. He was just doing it to Alex Bregman.
It was
Like,
because
and it-
he just wanted Bregman to confess his true height. That's it.
Alex Bregman's like 5'8".
5'6".
He is shorter than me for sure.
Well,
Well,
yeah.
you're kind of tall, so that's not.
I know.
It's
I
not
wear
too hard to do.
the only boots left at Walmart are for my giant feet. So
Yeah. So there you go. No, like Breggsy's got to be like, what is he? He says he's 5'8", right? Or does he say he's
No, he
5'10"?
says he's like 5'10", doesn't he?
No, he's not.
no, he says he says he's 6'1". I think on
No, it is
I-
6'1".
Yeah, I swear to God, on Wikipedia he says
Alex
he's 6'1".
Bregman.
He is not 6'1".
Well, when he's standing next to like is
on.
it Korea?
It
or-
says he says he's 6 foot.
yeah, no,
He's not.
that's not true.
Jose Altuve saying he's 5'6". Matt, don't get offended by this. Jose Altuve is like 4'11". I swear to God, he's shorter than me. I swear he is.
My child is bigger than Jose Altuve. I'm pretty sure, not bigger, taller.
Yeah, like there's no way Jose Altuve is taller than me. He can't be, because I've seen pictures of him next to George Springer, and George is what, like 6'3", 6'4", somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Altuve comes up to about here on him. The last person I stood next to that was 6'3", that's where I came up to. That man is not over 5 feet tall. There's no way.
No,
Not a chance. There's no way he's more than. No. Okay. So here's how we figure out how tall Alex Bregman is. Look for. I'll look it up.
there's a picture of him next to. Is it Korea?
That bitch. I'm sorry.
Springer. There's still. He's next to.
I might take a drink of my drink.
Easy there. This Matt's comment here is applicable to that too.
Hey, Matthew.
I'm sorry.
It was though. Like
Matthew.
you can't like it.
Altuve is not 5'6". Jinx. No, there's no way. I would have a contest.
Still, like
I
don't know.
Hey Matthew, I'm Berkman, right?
Oh,
I'm gonna keep saying Berkman. I'm gonna keep saying Berkman.
okay. I need to see. Do you guys remember when Jared Carrabis struck out Alex Bregman in wiffle ball, and then Bregman like dented a ball, hitting one off of him?
No.
No.
You just didn't see. You never saw that? Oh, it's so funny. It's hilarious. At the end of it, Bregman signs the bat, and they're all three standing. Dallas and Jared and Bregman are all standing there together. He's 5'10" tops. Like he's the same size as Jared.
Oh, did you guys see the dude that got his beer hit by a foul ball? Yeah, and it exploded everywhere, and he got like
trying to save somebody from getting hit in the face.
and he got a free bag of beer. Lucky asshole.
A
And
bag of beer?
Mike
Yeah,
Trout
like
signed baseball.
and a Mike Trout signed baseball bat.
Yeah, like clear bags. He got like 2 clear bags with ice full of beer and a Mike Trout signed baseball.
Why were they in bags? But what?
So
Well,
that they
like-
didn't get like warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a mini cooler.
Yeah,
Oh.
but like a goldfish at a fair, but like bags
Oh,
of beer.
Why would
Yeah.
they just put them in a cup?
So that they don't
So
It was
get
like
cold.
beers were-
They
wait,
gave him like
beers
4
were in
beers.
bottles?
It was like
They were
it
in
was like a bucket.
cans.
It was
Yeah.
like a
Okay.
it was like a bucket of beer. What do you be? You thought like a bag of beer?
That's why she was like, I like 2 bags of beer and ice, and I was like, what?
It's been a long day for you, Sarah.
It has been a long day for me, and I'm just trying to see how tall Alex Bregman is standing next to Jared Carabas right now.
Okay, but
It's throwing
listen,
me off.
Alex Bregman's wife, he is as tall as his wife. So if Alex Bregman is 6 foot, then his wife is 6 foot.
There's no way.
And she doesn't look 6 foot. She looks like maybe 5'8", 5'9".
There was a post that said, "Oh, it was so nice of Alex Bregman's wife to crouch down to make sure she looked like she was as tall as her husband." And I was like, "Oh no,
That's mean.
oh no."
No.
That's funny.
I have to do that
because Dallas Braden is 6'1", and he's shorter than Dallas Braden, but he's almost the exact same size as Jared Carabas. Jared Carabas is 5'10".
Jared looks shorter than that.
Yeah, he does.
He's 5'10".
He looks like he's like 5'8".
Have you seen him in person?
Me?
I see him standing
No.
next to Kevin Clancy, and Kevin Clancy's 6'1", and there's like this much difference between the two of them. So he's like 5'10", but no, him and Bregman are standing right next to each other, and they're the same size. Bregman is not 6 foot.
No, he surely is not. Like what is?
He's got cleats on in that, then take another inch or two, and he's shorter than Jared.
I was just gonna say what's another 2 inches, but you know what? We all know that size does matter, so never mind.
Megan. My father's
Going in the
wrong
wrong
direction. My dad's going to listen to this on his walk tomorrow.
I will go to confession tomorrow, Father. I'm so sorry.
Lord, he's going to text me. God.
He's gonna be like, really? Can you just tone that down a little bit? You see the home run record getting? What home run record? What are we talking about, Matt? Like, surely you don't think they're coming for?
Surely you can't be serious.
Somebody put their phone on like do not disturb.
It's me.
It's not me right now, but I can't because I'm having an important parenting conversation while we're doing this show.
Well, whose is buzzing like?
That's Megan. That's not me. Mine is just going off every few minutes.
Okay, bus just came through.
Well, you even said it was you.
Well, I know. I threw myself under it, but like I said it. You didn't have to throw me under it again.
Sorry. I mean, you know.
The bus ran over and then beep, beep, beep.
That's right. Beep, 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 beep.
The bus runneth over thrice.
That's the right.
I have to go.
So let's talk about
Jesus Camargo getting caught with 22.
Oh,
that's not where I was going, but what in the hell? In his duffel bag?
There's with his gloves, and I didn't know it was in there. I thought
he's got.
Well, and didn't he said that he didn't know what was in the bag. Bro, your batting gloves are right there.
22 pounds of meth and oxy in his baseball bag, and he said a friend. I didn't know. They called him in Arizona on Tuesday and asked him to deliver a bag to Denver, where he would be paid $500 upon delivery. He said that he had thought the bag contained shoes or clothing. Yet
sorry.
you look at the picture, and his baseball gloves are right next to it. So clearly, he had to put those in the bag.
Yeah.
But, $500 for that? Who is cheaping who out of what? Like what?
Okay, first of all, $500 to deliver a mystery duffel bag? No, sir.
Nah.
$5,000
$500 to deliver it. Got it. Like what?
Y'all are gonna have to give me 6 figures for that.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like, $5,000 if you can guarantee me that it's not going to
5,000.
If it's something little, like if I'm going to catch a misdemeanor for it, I'll take 5,000. If I'm looking at this kind of time, bro, you better make it at least $1 million. Like you better have serious cash because do you know how much 22 pounds of meth and oxy? Do you know what the street value on that is?
And he said I didn't know what was in the bag.
Yet his baseball gloves are beside the bag. Like
gloves in there? Really, bro? Like, So was it 22 pounds of meth and like
Yeah, and
Yeah.
oxy.
combined? It was 22
Yeah.
pounds.
Yep.
That's a
So
lot.
let's say it's split
That's how much.
evenly.
That's how much my gut weighs.
That's how much my cat weighs.
Okay, so
My gut is your cat.
so the approximate street value of meth is $3,000 a pound. So 11 pounds.
Jesus.
11 let's say there's 11 pounds of meth and 11 pounds of oxy in that bag. That's $33,000 just on the meth. And they
Oh.
gave this guy 500?
There's more meth than oxy because I think the oxy was just a couple bags.
Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. During the search, they found, okay, so there's another news article. It's not the same one. This is from last year, but they found 11.6 pounds of meth with a street value of $150,000. So, okay, so like that $3,000 is a very low ball figure because 11 pounds of meth from somebody else that got caught with it was 150,000 and they were going to pay him $500.
Hey, Jack.
Jeez. Oh, caught. Caught.
Caught red-handed.
Caught. Snuggy handed.
He's laying on the couch. Oh.
I didn't even hear him come in. So then let's look.
That needs to be an episode of Narcos or something.
There needs to be something. Dude's like, yeah, $500. It'll give me some gas and food money. No, you're going to jail.
Like for a long time.
So OxyContin is okay. So did they say if it was the brand name or the generic?
They didn't say. Not that I saw, at least.
So there's a difference. Oh, kind of like when you get generic brand like Adderall, like from the pharmacy.
Oh my God.
There's a huge price difference here because for the OxyContin, you're looking at 50 to 80 a pill street value.
But they all work
and then
the same.
But the generic you can go about 12 to 40 a pill for the street value.
That's
11 pounds of pills.
Crazy.
That's a lot of money. Like this dude
That's a lot still.
You guys like his shark blanket that I got him?
I was like, what is your child doing back there?
We all know I love sharks, so it's great. I need Emma to have one, actually.
It's like those little, I can't remember what they're called, but it's, you know, like how the girls have the little mermaid tail blankets and stuff. They make the sharks for the boys, but he's little, so he fits all the way in it. And it looks like the shark has eaten him.
That's cute. Do you guys want to talk about MLB cracking down on foreign substances on baseballs?
That's actually what I was about to talk about when you reminded me of Jesus Camargo. I love how everybody automatically went, is he related to Johan? And I was like, God, I hope not. Because Johan is like walking around like flexed out like a drug kingpin anyway. Like,
oh my God.
Johan has so much drip. Like, I fully would expect to see him like slinging something down in Miami. Like, it would not surprise me at all. I don't know why like that pops into my head. Like, I feel like he could be rocking in a mansion in Miami in the 1980s, making millions off of coke.
Is somebody's fire alarm battery going out? I keep hearing a beep.
Mine.
Okay,
mine. It's fine.
I was like, is that your washing machine again?
Or your smoke detector, not your fire alarm?
Yeah. Oh my God. My life is a mess. Okay. Everything is. Yeah, no, it's going out. It's upstairs too. I can't believe it's like that loud down here.
I have very good hearing.
Joe's here. Everybody was late tonight. We were late too. It's cool. We're always late. It doesn't matter.
Well, he's like an hour late though.
We should change the time of the show to 9:15 just permanently.
No, please don't. I know that's when we come on anyways.
That's 10:15 for me.
10:15 my time.
But then we lose that 15 minutes to talk because that's what we're, in case you guys are wondering, before we start, we just sit there and like BS.
We just talk. And I
And
do
then we
mic checks like 15 times. How does
Everybody
my mic
does.
sound now?
Is it okay? Like, is this good? Are we
Can
good?
you hear
And I
me
just
clear?
I just walk in.
Can you hear my
Yeah,
smoke
I
detector?
go, all right, we're good to go. Like, I don't even care. I'm like, is it on? Because if it's on, we're good. I don't care. So okay, so let's talk about that. MLB's cracking down on foreign substances on the balls. Like, I know we've all seen Garrett Cole's fingers literally sticking to his hat at times because he's got so much shit on there. Now, the plan is increased monitoring by compliance officers. And I have job alerts for MLB on my Indeed, and they have been hiring like a shit ton of compliance officers for every state. Because as soon as I saw like Denver and Kansas City pop up, I was like, I wonder how fast I could get a judge to say that I can move to one of the two because they're still not that far away and I can apply for that job.
Do it.
But can you? No, you don't want me to be a compliance officer because I'm gonna be down there in the dugout like, hey, I see you.
I'd
see
like
you.
it kind of
Put it
like
back.
in the other guys when he shoots Derek Jeter in the foot.
Can you see me as a compliance officer
Yes.
during a Braves? If I let's just say for the sake for the fun of it that they made me a compliance officer and they put me in the visiting dugout during the Braves Rockies series, I would be like, Dansby, take that ball. I didn't say anything to you. You don't know.
And then they're gonna be like, the Braves cheated, and then you're gonna be like the face
I'm
of
gonna be like,
Braves.
sorry, it was me. I quit. I quit.
It
Sorry,
was
I can't do
me.
it.
You're gonna deactivate everything.
I would be like, listen, you got to put me in the American League, and you can't ever let me work a game that the Braves are at because not a good idea. Don't do it. Don't do it to me. But you can stick me up there in Toronto. I'll be fair and unbiased. Just let me sit in that dugout all day long, please.
I'm telling you, all this news came out, and all my Twitter timeline was flooded with Trevor Bauer.
Oh, yeah, because he did the thing where he was like, check it. Okay, so here's what they're going to do.
Of course it was.
Increased monitoring by compliance officers. Inspection of baseballs taken out of play that will use a third-party lab to check for substances and spin rate analysis. Compliance officers will monitor the dugouts, clubhouses, tunnels, batting cages, and bullpens. They will take a random sample of balls, and the lab will search not just for substances themselves, but the type being utilized. And StatCast data will compare spin rate to career norms. The memo that came out, and this is all coming from Jeff Passan and Joel Sherman, says players are subject to discipline by the commissioner's office for violating the official baseball rules, regardless of whether evidence of the violation has been discovered during or following a game. So we all know how Rob Manfred punishes people that are cheating. They'll get immunity to snitch on somebody else, and that'll be the end of it. What are you waiting for somebody to paint you back there? What's going on?
Paint me like one of your French girls.
I just looked back. I looked up and I was like, what are we doing? What is this? Okay, so and then the last part of this is teams are warned that employees are not allowed to handle foreign substances, tell a pitcher how to mask them, or to interfere with the collection of game-used balls. MLB has said it wants to crack down. This is a broad-sounding effort. And I guess, yeah, we're just gonna have to kind of see how Joe can hear your smoke detector now. He couldn't there for a minute. So, yep, Jack's back there doing something. He's covered up by the shark now. But
baby shark?
I don't noble idea. Yes.
It's not likely to stick though.
How well
I didn't even mean to do that.
What you did there? I mean, I applaud the plan and the effort or whatever they're doing here. But
it's a lot.
How many of these compliance officers are going to be kind of like I just said, like,
yeah,
whatever. Give me that bucket of balls that I know you haven't used yet. Like,
And they're gonna take balls that are taken out of play, and I'm just like, because they want more play to be on the field, which understandable, but I don't know. It makes my freaking head hurt.
They're just.
I don't think
I feel like
I don't really
ruining
see it
baseball.
like slowing rate of play or anything like that, because as soon as the ball comes out of play, you're going to take it. But what happens if it's what happens if one ball is treated and that ball gets knocked out of the park? So you're not going to go take that from a fan, because I'm sorry, but if I'm in Atlanta,
hell no.
I'm in Atlanta and Marcell Ozuna hits a bomb and I catch it, or anybody hits a bomb and I catch that thing for that matter, and you come up to me and say, hey, we want to test that for foreign substances, I'm going to flip you the bird and say, over my dead body.
You ain't touching my shit.
What can I get in return? You can have it if I get something.
Are you gonna take me down there so that Marcell can hand me a ball himself?
Yeah,
because COVID protocols, and if you're not, this is mine. Get away from me.
Can you imagine
what kind of mic you got, Meg?
I don't know, actually. I just bought one. It doesn't even have a name on it. What the hell?
Cool. She'll have to look at her Amazon order. I'll let you know.
I'm going to.
Could you imagine balls that get actually hit outside the park, and they have one specific person that they hired? Hey, that ball was hit out there. Go find it. Just run.
In McCovey Cove, by the way, at Giants in the Giants.
Can you imagine?
Go for a swim.
I know they hit it into the ocean, but go get that ball so we can test it. No,
Max Muncy style. Go get it out of the ocean.
Right? Go get that ball for us. No.
Is this a shark dive? No, okay.
What do I have a tank? What's happening here? I'm not gonna fight. Can you imagine going out there and be like, hey, guy on the kayak, can I get that ball from you? And he's like, can you fight me for it? No.
Yeah, no, they're fighting in the water. They're God.
You've got some American Gladiators type stuff going on. A compliance officer in a boat. You almost would have to have one. Can you just let's face it. What do we think these compliance officers are going to look like? Can you imagine?
They're going to have a jet ski in San Francisco. They're going to have a guy on a jet ski just sitting there.
Do they have a uniform? Are they going to be I picture Reno 911 when I think about this. I just don't. I can't take this idea of the compliance officer seriously. But you know who they should get for this? You know those little old you have your stadium your ushers and things like that. You've got your younger people and they kind of let you do whatever, but you get that little 87-year-old man.
Oh yeah, the cute one
who values his job more than anything in the world. And he's the sweetest thing ever, but you are not sitting in the wrong seat on his watch. And you know it. You can't mess with that guy. So that's who needs to be the compliance officer, is that little old man at every ballpark that loves his job. Set him down there in the bullpen, and he's going to be like, son, don't you put that on that ball.
And then they're going to be like, oh, okay.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You can't say no to an old man.
Yeah, you can't do it. No, you know who would be the best compliance officer in the history of the universe would be my children's great grandmother, Mrs. Johnson. And you don't call her anything but Mrs. Johnson. They need to set that woman in the dugout and just let her rip into these guys every game. She would be like, no, you put that right back. Don't do it. And she can tell me something and I will get up and move immediately. And all she has to do is drop a hint. Just be like, man, I'm kind of thirsty. I got you. I'm going right now, because if you don't, you're all in trouble. Everybody is in trouble. Everybody in the room is in trouble, and you don't want it to happen. That's what they need to do. Is put somebody's grandma in the dugout for every game. The old man down in the bullpen, grandma in the dugout.
My microphone, by the way, is a Fifine, Fifine.
I think that's what my first one was.
That's a mouthful.
Mike's got a good question. Can the manager stop the game and ask for the ball to be checked? I haven't heard. They don't say anything about that. That's a good question. But that is a good point. That that would definitely slow rate of play if you think a ball's been messed with.
They keep preaching though that like the game takes too long and blah blah blah. Like this is just gonna.
Can you imagine like in a Garrett Cole type situation, every inning somebody's gonna be like, check that ball. Now check that ball.
Baseball's a slow-ish game anyways if you don't understand it or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like,
well, not necessarily slow, but like it's not basketball where they're running back and forth all the time.
Yeah.
Like
there can be some action, but it is a longer process for the game.
Absolutely.
Because you don't have a time limit. You do have things like pitching changes, injuries that have like substitute, like there's all that stuff that goes on. There's the warming up in between every inning while the pitcher's getting warm again.
Yes, Mike. Yes. Sorry.
You know, it is what it is, and you're not going to slow the game down a whole lot. But if you're going to implement something like, and I don't see how you can't allow a manager to stop the game and say, hey,
I mean,
we want that ball checked.
Exactly. If you're going to be having compliance officers inspecting baseballs that are taken out of play, then you have to extend the same rules essentially to managers who are like, hey, Cole's out there on the mound and that looks fishy to me. Go check his balls. Go check his
pad.
Go check his baseball. I hate myself.
I think you're probably going to hear that phrase a lot this year. Hey, go check his balls.
One of my friends. Okay, listen. So one of my friends, his senior year of high school.
For the week, by the way.
Yes, no, but my friends, my senior year of high school,
1 hour
said Confucius says baseball is wrong. Man with 4 balls cannot walk. I will.
Mike, it's okay, dude. I promise.
Oh my God.
I'm crying.
Like, can you imagine it? Like Garrett Cole's out there and he can't pull his fingers off the bill of his hat, and they're like, "I think we need to check the ball." Like,
everybody in the checkout, check his balls, check his balls. You're like, what?
Go check his balls. Like, hey, dude, Cole out there. We need you to go check his balls really quick.
If there's anything,
give him a good grab. They're sticky. Like you need.
I'm
balls
sorry.
look like they're stuck. Like his fingers are stuck to his balls. Like you might want to do something about that. Like
I'm hot.
Yeah, I'm sweating.
So,
I am
anything
too.
that leads to having to hear more out of Joe Buck's mouth is a bad thing. In
Oh
my
my!
opinion.
Why would you do that? I hate Joe Buck so much.
Mike said he's gonna yell that at opposing pitchers at Citi Field this year in honor of
Yes,
check their balls. I want to
Check-
put that on a t-shirt. We're putting that on a t-shirt.
that's our $1 million.
Yes, check his balls and have like some like pine tar on like the finger. Listen, RotoWare, if you're listening, do not steal that idea. That is ours.
It came out of my mouth. I will
I'm
sue
getting
you.
somebody on this tonight. You can't have it.
We are absolutely making a t-shirt. That's happening. It's totally happening.
I'll have somebody. I'll hit up D. I'll hit up D. Relly here in a minute and have him work that up for us.
I really am sweating so bad now.
Like a hand gripping a baseball with pine tar dripping down. Check.
Oh my God, because I have a hand holding a baseball on my ass tattooed. Should I get pine tar drip down and then check his balls?
Don't do that.
I need to update my tattoo.
That's not going to look good.
I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that.
What else do we got? I can't wait. I can't wait to hear Bob Costa say his balls.
Checking his balls.
No, it'll be even better when it's the postseason and John Smoltz is saying it in reference to anybody on the Atlanta team. I'm going to be like, Smoltz is checking out. Okay, wait, okay.
He's checking his balls.
Okay.
Smoltz, who's anti-Atlanta, apparently checking his balls.
What's you doing down there, Smolty? Like,
even though he played there forever, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
We don't talk about it. It's a sore subject.
Okay.
Shit. He just kind of Anyway,
It's a sticky
right.
situation.
it is. It's a very sticky situation.
I gotta go.
Okay. But on that note,
Wham!
we have 7 days till opening day. Now, real quick, in case
Wait,
you have
what's
not
over here?
heard or seen
Where's the number?
information,
Okay.
it's right there on you. I don't have it on me tonight, but
I need to go away.
in case you have not heard or seen the memo, Periscope is in sunsetting mode. It will disappear on March 31st. Now, Twitter Media Studio is supposed to take its place. It's not allowing us to access that yet. I don't know if we're being like migrated or what's going on. Jack is passed out back there.
Like he is done.
I am not moving him
KO'd.
until I go to bed. Like he's just gonna stay right there.
Sweet baby.
We don't know for sure like what that's gonna look like. I will have to work that day, so I'll have I'll have about 2 hours to play with it after that happens, other than the fact that I'll probably be up all night the night before trying to figure it out. So
I don't do shit. So if you need me to play with it too, give me.
So there is a possibility. Of course, we're always on Facebook. We're always on YouTube. Next week, we may or may not be coming to you from Twitter. Now, if we are not able to broadcast through Twitter next week while we're working that out, it will be available on Twitch as well. And we'll, of course, post the Facebook and the YouTube links on the Easy Out page so that you guys can have quick access to it. We're pretty evenly split between who views what, where. Wow. Okay. Anyway, the views are pretty evenly split. So we'll just we'll play it by ear. We will keep you guys updated though.
Are we going live next week?
Yeah. Why would we not go live on opening day, Aaron?
I don't know.
Jeez, Aaron.
It's opening day.
I know. Are we gonna live watch the games? What time is the fucking game at?
Whatever game's on. Your dad's gonna hear that in the morning, Aaron.
I don't care. I'm tired.
She said fuggin'.
Yeah.
With 2 G's. What up, G?
Bone thugs.
But
in harmony.
It was a dark, dark night. Never mind.
Okay.
Seth, we're leaving, buddy.
We are. You're a little bit late, Seth. Seth and I grew up together. We've known each other forever and ever and ever.
Cody.
Yeah, next week is opening day, and we will be here with scores, news, anything that's going on. Big play. We'll talk about big plays of the day. Look for some new segments and stuff coming from us. We haven't had any time to brainstorm that yet. I know we usually get on here and we wing it like we did today accidentally, but we're trying to get a little more organized.
Have a more structured kind of show and segments. And
we know you love the chaos, but sometimes our brains don't work very well and we forget about things. So
I wish by next week we could have a check his balls t-shirt ready for us.
We will.
We will. So that we can drop it on opening day.
We'll have it before next week. We may have it in a couple hours. Don't worry, guys. That is coming. We will have the check his balls shirt coming. I can't wait. I'm really excited about this.
That is check his balls. That is coming.
You're welcome.
Okay. You're welcome.
Podcast. Always make sure you check his balls. Have a good night, everybody. See you next week.
Bye, guys. Thanks.
Face away from me, this ain't a game like monkey in the middle. Stop trying to solve me like a puzzle, look, I'm not a riddle. She tried to play me, but she doesn't know I'm not a fiddle. Draw me close, but won't keep it straight with me, all she know is scribble. I still pop like soda can.